the matter, Kate? You scared?
Not scared. Skeptical. Aren't you?
Yeah. Aren't you?
All the more reason to buy your tickets now. Skeptic or believer, all are welcome here.
All who can afford a ticket, right, Mr.
Dr. Abel Sprague, PhD in clairvoyant divination and esoteric herbology. My son Joe MCs our nightly performances. And yes, as you so keenly observed, your pecuniary offerings are appreciated. Enjoy the show.
See, Kate? He's a doctor.
Yes, I wonder which mail-order catalog bestowed Dr. Sprague with such dazzling credentials.
Don't be all hoity-toity. Let's just try and have some fun. You dragged me that Shakespeare play, remember?
Oh, let's not compare this to Hamlet.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Mrs. Warne, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
I can tell you practice that.
Look, skeptic or not, your ticket's bought and paid for. So sit back and enjoy the show.
What can I get you, Clarence?
Let me see.
A tincture, perhaps?
Like so.
Look, Will, I think I found the only man alive more gullible than you.
Did you know that Abe and Mary Lincoln were believers?
A brief meeting, just for a moment. You're gonna regret this.
Wonder what's back there that sparked his interest so intensely.
Yeah, I wonder. The night's getting more interesting by the second.
What the hell is he doing back in Kansas City? Benji!
Not the most enthusiastic of greetings.
Seekers of wonderments, dreamers and doubters, welcome to Dr. Sprague's Travel and Spiritualism Show. Tonight, we present the lost daughter of the Emperor, seer of spirits, healer of hearts, Mio the Mystical. Mio has immersed herself deep in a trance so that the souls of the departed may speak through her. What is it, Mio?
こんなところのために大金はたいてさ、どうかしてんじゃないの?
She says the spirits are prepared to speak.
ちょっと、そこのあんた、ぼやっとしてないで、早く手伝いなさいよ。
You, sir. There is a spirit here beckons you.
Gosh, me.
He says that you carry a cherished memento he once gave you.
My pappy gave me this on his deathbed right before the black pox took him. Did you have a message for me?
こんな間抜けな質問で困らせないでくれって。
Your pappy says he wants you to propose to Sarah Jean and give him grandkids.
I will. I love you, Pappy.
すっごいお腹減ってる。毎日豆。豆なんて大嫌いよ。
What's she saying?
Oh, this is horrible. The spirits have foreseen that someone in this room will be murdered this very night.
Fear not, brethren. Doc Sprague's patented talismans and salves are guaranteed to ward off the evil eye.
Can't believe some people are gullible enough.
Well, that's for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was mad as a hornet.
Why on earth would you waste your hard-earned money on such nonsense, Will?
So she just left?
And went straight home. Which, by the way, is where we thought you were headed the last time we saw you. What the hell happened?
I can't go back to Japan. I failed to return the fugitive to my government for prosecution. It's a matter of honor.
Sorry to hear that, Kenji.
So was I, at first. I wandered west, searching where to go, what to do. My thoughts kept on returning to Kansas City and the Pinkertons. I wish to pursue detective work.
You're aiming to be our competition?
Some people cannot afford the Pinkertons fee. Others do not want to hire you for a variety of reasons. My client says...
Wait, you already have a client?
My client says they swindled him. He hired me to retrieve his goods. That's the man who cheated my client.
It's Joe Sprague, the MC. Looks like he's been strangled.
But with what? Look at the pattern of those bruises.
It's just like me and the mystical predicted.
She predicted nothing. What the dead man translated was not what she said. She was making fun of the food and the audience.
Oh.
Where's my son? Joe? What are you doing? Take your hands off my boy! Oh, God! No!
Doc, I'm a Pinkerton agent. All right, I'm here to help.
Then please, find out who did this. I'll pay him. Oh, Joe. Oh.
Malone? What are you doing here?
Oh, he's my client.
The dead guy fleeced him? Well, that could be motive.
Paid you to help me, not get me questioned for murder.
Mr. Malone, tell me, what was your quarrel with Joe Sprague?
I'd rather not say.
Your silence isn't helping your case.
What are they doing here?
Doc Sprague hired the Pinkertons to find his son's killer.
Right now, you're a prime suspect. If you're innocent, the truth will only help you. I suggest you answer our questions.
Joe Sprague stole from me. Sold me this incantation. Told me that if I buried silver by the mouth of Brush Creek and chanced it under the full moon, 10 days later I'd get gold back, 100-fold. I did everything just like he said.
Well, let me guess. 10 days later, no gold?
All I found was an empty hole where my tea service once lay.
You don't strike me as the Tea Party type, Mr. Malone.
Tea service was my ma's.
Deputy, I wish to report a theft. I was planning to host tomorrow's meeting of the Ladies' Temperance Union when my maid discovered that our tea service had been... Mr. Malone?
I was gonna return it as soon as I got the treasure.
So now your client's charged with murder and theft. That's some real smooth detective work there, Kenji.
I should never have returned to Kansas City.
Will, you've crossed paths with Malone before. What's your take on him?
He's a bit of a dunderhead. Known to break a law or two, but there's no malice in him. Sure as hell don't buy him murdering a man over a teapot.
Yeah. Still makes sense for us to investigate Malone first, if only to clear his name. And perhaps in the process, you and I can help Kenji by retrieving the stolen goods.
You'd help me? Your competition?
Sure. All in the name of justice, right?
Thank you.
And it's settled. We'll try our best to find the real killer. And I'll talk to Beatrice Barclay.
Wait, the Tea Party lady? Why?
She's hiding something.
How do you know that?
Let's just say I have a nose for such things.
I'll go search Joe Sprague's room, see if I can't find that missing silver.
Good. You never know what you find in a dead man's room. Thank you for agreeing to see me, Mrs. Barclay. My apologies for the humble china. It's no silver tea service, but it's quaint.
Yes. Quaint. Certainly, you can appreciate my outrage, Detective Warne. My husband entrusted Mr. Malone to muck dung from our stables. This is how he repays us?
Such ingratitude. But if I may make a case in defense of Mr. Malone, he's an uneducated man that was victimized by swindlers. I believe he truly intended to return your tea service. If the Pinkertons can retrieve it, would you consider dropping the charges against Malone?
Good Christians always forgive. Isn't that right, Detective Warne? Well, it's settled then. Return the tea service, and we'll drop the charges. Is there something else?
Yes. Kiss me sweetly?
I beg your pardon?
It's the name of your perfume.
Oh, yes. How astute. My husband had a bottle ordered for me all the way from Philadelphia. You like it?
Yes, it's lovely. Suits you far better than it does Malone. I smelled it on his person at the jail. If Malone's convicted of Joe Sprague's murder, he will hang. You realize that, don't you?
Mr. Malone is innocent. He was with me at the hotel that night. Please don't tell my husband.
Good Christians never tell. Right, Mrs. Barclay?
These are stolen goods, Doc. Your son Joe was cheating folks out of their belongings, tricking folks into believing that the spirits would make them rich.
I had no idea Joe dealt in such shenanigans.
Some claim that's what spiritualists do. Scam people.
No.
So you're saying your show isn't a fraud?
It is a temporary respite from grief. People die constantly on this lawless frontier, killed by disease, by calamity, by crime, by war. We help heal the pain of the survivors by allowing them to reach out to their lost loved ones.
It's a pretty way of saying that you lied to them.
I sell tickets and bottles of Dr. Sprague's miracle tonic.
You mean colored sugar water?
Plus alcohol, which has been known to work the occasional miracle. But as for this level of dishonesty, my son Joe was ambitious, possessed a tenuous grasp of morality.
And the night of the murder, where were you when Joe was killed?
Mio and I were enjoying a plate of beans here in the saloon. The barmaid can confirm.
Fair enough. It's just one last thing I don't understand. The murder prediction.
Well, part of the script. Mio always predicts a murder in towns like this. Half the time she's right.
And the other half?
Well, I reckon on those occasions, my lucky talismans thwarted the evil eye. I will help in any way I can, but I honestly do not know who else Joe may have wronged.
There was a man at the show last night. He had words with Joe.
Clarence caught him, particularly enthusiastic devotee. He follows us from town to town. That night, Clarence demanded a private audience with me. Clarence refused to pay. Joe appropriately rebuffed him. And then, Clarence said to Joe, "You're gonna regret this." At the time, I thought it was mere bluster. I didn't think he was capable of violence. Now,
Do you know if Clarence booked a room here? And can anyone confirm your alibi?
Unfortunately not. I was here in my room alone at the time of the murder.
Organizing your collection, Clarence?
Your derision has no effect on me, Detective Pinkerton. The spiritualist community is accustomed to mockery.
Well, I don't mock your beliefs. In fact, I'm inclined to share them.
Oh?
But doubts have been raised in my mind of late.
Well, my friend, should you wish to regain clarity of mind, I booked a private seance with the Spragues tonight. You should attend. I predict shocking revelations will be made.
Okay.
Just do as we planned and everything should be fine. We'll use Clarence's belief in the spirit world to coax a confession from him.
Whatever it takes to catch my son's killer, Beth.
What is it?
I'm no longer a young man, Detective Warne. What if Clarence becomes violent?
Rest assured, the Pinkertons will leap to your aid at the first sign of danger.
Where is Detective Pinkerton?
Clarence will be suspicious if he thinks an agent is present. I'll be undercover, and Will has concealed himself here in the saloon.
Clarence is gonna see you.
I doubt he'll recognize my hand. It's a bigger crowd than last time.
Yeah. Whole town's buzzing about the mystic who predicted the murder. Still gives me the chills. Wonder what's gonna happen tonight.
If all goes to plan, a killer will confess to his crime.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Mio the Mystic is prepared to summon the spirits of those who have parted. Would our first 3 seance participants please come forward? Would you all please join hands? Mio, are you ready?
一体何回こんなくだらないことしなきゃいけないの?
She's asking the spirits to reveal themselves.
I do hope they can summon my great auntie Beulah. I'm just dying to learn her secret cobbler recipe.
ここもうアホな人ばっかり.
She says we're not alone. She's begging the spirits to give us a sign.
An icy hand touched my neck.
What's that noise?
The dead are escaping the chains that bind them to the spirit realm.
I don't feel so good.
悪いのあんたの顔でしょ?
She says the spirits are passing a message through you.
ただの屁でしょ?
The spirit has revealed that a killer sits among us.
生まれてこなきゃよかった.
The spirit is commanding that the murderer confess or suffer a fate far bloodier than the foul deed he committed. Who are you? Spirit who thirsts so deeply for vengeance. Reveal yourself.
What's wrong with him?
Ectoplasm. A physical manifestation of the spirit realm. Look closely. I detect a face. Dear God! It's my lost son! Joe! Tell us what scoundrel dealt your untimely demise!
Enough! I can bear this no longer.
Behold, good citizens, the pathetic charade that is Dr. Sprague's spiritualism show.
Pay no attention to him.
A clay arm on a stick mimics the touch of a ghostly hand.
Oh. This is not how this is supposed to go.
The ghostly rattling of chains. Not so otherworldly after all. And a scrap of linen creates the illusion of ectoplasm. Ooh. Ectoplasm. I have made it my life's work to unmask these scoundrels. They're liars, cheats, and frauds, and they have stolen your money. Now you'll pay for your dishonesty.
Hey, leave her alone! Leave her alone! Get down! Everybody get down! I checked everywhere. Clarence isn't down here. He's not in his room either, I guess.
No, I checked there too.
Clarence, where are you, you bastard?
Come here, we want to talk to you.
What?
Why are you looking for Clarence?
It wasn't bad enough he ruined us. Now he's got Mio.
Back up a second. You were a part of this.
Suppose there's no point in keeping secrets anymore. My name's Pete. Doc Sprague's my pa.
So you're Joe's brother? Why didn't the doc tell us that when he hired us?
To protect the show. I work from the audience to help sell the illusion.
You mean the lie?
It only works if no one knows who I am. Secrecy is paramount. Rather, it was. I can explain all the whys and the wherefores to you later. Right now, I need to find Mio.
What makes you so certain that Clarence took her?
I lost her in the crowd after everything went bad. I checked her room and it was ransacked. He's been trying to get at her for weeks. You heard what he said. He's gonna make her pay.
Anna Lee, did you see Clarence after the seance?
Long gone, I'd wager. He settled up before the show. Probably looking to make a quick exit.
Do you know if he had a horse stabled?
Didn't have nothing but a valise. And I didn't call him a carriage.
Thanks, darling.
If you find him, you bring him by, you hear? That rat owes me for damages.
See what we can do. This Clarence is on foot.
Likely looking to leave town as soon as possible.
I'll check the train station.
Mr. Sprague, please. We're professionals. He'll find them. In the meantime, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you.
Clarence. Why don't you have a seat?
I've done nothing wrong.
Oh, that's hardly true. That little stunt you pulled at Dubois nearly started a riot.
I performed a public service.
And now you're sneaking away?
I came here to expose those grifters. Now that I've accomplished my goal, I have no further cause to stay.
Look, why don't you save us both a lot of time and just tell me what you've done with Mio?
I don't know what you mean.
See, that's not gonna work. I've got a dead huckster, a missing mystic, and an obsessive debunker with a sudden need to skip town. I'm gonna need a lot more than that before I even think about letting you go.
And if I don't cooperate?
She's like family to me.
How's that?
Pa found her begging on the street a couple years back. She hardly understands a word of English. She speaks even less. None of us really know where she came from.
But your father took her in anyway?
Pa's ministry used to be a husband-wife act until we lost my mama to consumption a couple years back. Devastated my father and our show. And Pa found Mio.
Bit of an odd leap from beggar to medium.
She was a natural. Beautiful, exotic, mysterious.
She was certainly captivating, I'll grant you that.
Well, it's not just that she could draw a crowd. My father was grieving. Having Mio to take care of it gave him a purpose. It made him feel useful.
Now he suffered another loss.
Yes, he has. And that's why we have to find her. I mean, I don't know what he'd do if something happened to her.
Okay, so you target the Spragues, you pretend to be a believer, and then you wait for the perfect moment to ruin them. It's obvious you hate them. Maybe even enough to kill Joe.
I didn't kill him. It's the truth.
Well, your alibi's pretty weak. Alone in your room?
Well, sometimes people are just alone in their rooms.
Look, do me a favor here. I mean, they're just spiritualists. What's your beef with them anyway?
Their so-called movement is a scourge. My sister was a war widow. She was hoodwinked by these rogues and left penniless. I vowed that I would do what I could to save others from their depredations.
That sounds like motive to me.
I promise you I had nothing to do with Joe's death or the disappearance of that young woman.
Okay. We're gonna go pay a visit to Sheriff Logan.
I didn't do anything.
Well, until I can confirm your story, you're not going anywhere.
Forgive me for saying so, but you don't seem all that broken up by your brother's death.
Of course I am. But you have to understand, my brother was a hard man to love. Didn't care much about people beyond finding out the best way to squeeze them.
How did Mio feel?
She sensed what kind of person he was. She kept her distance when they weren't on stage.
What do you remember about the night Joe died? Did you see anything?
No, ma'am. We were planning on moving on after the show. Business had been slow. So after I played my part, I just went straight back to the caravan, started packing up. Did you find Clarence?
Sure did. He's cooling his heels at Logan's office. There's no sign of Mio, though.
Any idea where else she might go?
No,
Well, I don't know. She might have got scared and took off. We have to go find her, though. It's freezing outside. She won't survive on her own.
We'll look for her. We know the area. You stay here in case she comes back.
Well, that's not encouraging.
You think that was Leo?
It's my guess. An experienced rider, unfamiliar horse. She probably ran into trouble. Just hope we're not too late.
Will, over there. Leo!
Need to get her somewhere warm now. You warm enough? Yeah. You get you anything else? Another blanket? Oh, thank God. There's only so much awkward silence a man can take. Kenji.
ミオ、私はケンジ。ケイトとウィルはピンカートンの探偵で親しい友人だ。
あんたこんな白人たちと友達なの？っていうか私になんのよ？
彼らに悪気はない。安心しろ。
What is she saying? Will she talk?
I think so.
Ask her why she ran away.
なぜ逃げた？
牢屋に入れられると思ったから。
She thought she'd be arrested.
Tell her no one's gonna arrest her. Her people are worried for her, and we're just gonna get her home.
大丈夫。みんな心配してるだけだ。家に帰りたいだろう。
あんなところ絶対に戻らない。
なぜ？
あんたに関係ないわ。
What's going on?
I told him I'm not going back.
You speak English?
Yes. I'm going to St. Louis to find my husband.
You're married?
I will be soon. Joe had it arranged.
Arranged? Do you know the man?
Not yet. He saw his performance in St. Louis, and he was taken with me. He wrote to Joe and asked for my hand. A rich man who can take care of me? A home of my own? It was a way out of this life, and the best I could hope for. So when Clarence ruined the seance, I saw the chance and I took it.
And how are you gonna know where to find him?
I have the letter he sent to Joe. There's his address on the envelope. I also have his picture.
Mio, I think Joe was lying to you. This isn't your husband-to-be. This is a photo of George Armstrong Custer. He was a general who fought in the war.
Have you read this letter?
I've never learned how to read English.
Joe didn't arrange for you to marry. This letter says he sold you. You can't go to St. Louis. A man who would seek to buy you, to own you? Mio, that's not marriage, that's enslavement. And it's illegal in this country. We just fought a war to make it so.
I always knew Joe resented me, but never imagined he could be so cruel.
Did he mistreat you? Is that why you didn't admit you spoke English?
He never raised a hand against me, if that's what you mean. But this country can be very dangerous for people who look like us. Joe and his family lie for a living. So I lied too, to protect myself.
Mio, Is there anything that you can tell us that'll help us find out who killed Joe? Anything you remember from the night he died?
I was in the saloon with Doc Spray after the show. We sold his trinkets and had a late supper. I did hear Pete arguing with Joe before we went on.
Could you hear what they were saying?
Couldn't make out the words.
Mio, you're all right. Thank you for finding her. Where was she?
Out on the road. She was frightened by the commotion last night.
You can't run off like that. Paul and I were worried about you. Oh, you're safe now. Let's get you something to eat.
Kenji, will you keep an eye on Mio? Will and I have to try and confirm Pete's story.
Of course. I'm happy to speak my own language. The opportunities are few.
Pete never mentioned his fight with Joe. Wonder what else he's not telling us.
Let's go find out. See if his alibi holds up.
I can't believe you're still wearing that thing.
Don't see the harm?
Don't you? I mean, one week you're off to church because of a pretty missionary, and the next you're wearing a chicken foot around your neck to ward off evil. If you believe in everything, how can you have faith in anything?
All right then, oh wise one, what do you believe in?
My beliefs are my business, but I will tell you this, Will Pinkerton. I question a man who believes in one thing on Monday and quite another thing on Tuesday.
Well, at least I'm willing to express my beliefs. What do they matter to you anyway?
I'm easily amused.
That was worth a shot.
Finding someone who saw Pete at the caravan the night of the murder was probably a fool's errand. Shall we look inside?
You would make an excellent thief, Mrs. Warne.
Whoa. She's saying that she likes chicken more than beans.
Oh, no, beans are Mio's favorite. We have them every day.
Yes, but that is not her choice.
Well, you're even more beautiful than I remember.
Leave her be.
She's bought and paid for. I will do as I please.
Joe Sprague is dead. The agreement you had with him is void. Now you need to leave.
She's mine by right. And I intend to take her with me.
Hell, you will. Hey, no, don't you touch her! Let her go!
Pete, give this man the money he paid your brother. And you will give up your claim on this woman. Is this understood?
Keep her then. I'm not interested in another man's table scraps.
They're awfully inventive grifters, I'll give them that. Some of this could be useful in our line of work. Rules of misdirection and distraction.
Still don't see anything that helps our case.
I'm not so sure. Give me your hand.
What are you doing? Ow!
Oh, does it hurt?
What are you doing?
Just give me a second.
That's the same mark that was on Joe's neck. That's what killed him.
At the seance, Clarence picked this up off the floor right by me, but Doc Sprague and Mio were on the other side of the table.
But Pete was sitting right beside you. We know he's part of the show. What if he was the one making the spirit noises?
Maybe Pete killed Joe. You were supposed to be watching her.
I was, but the man she was promised to came to claim her. Wars were exchanged. I punched him.
Wow, good work. Where's he now?
At the sheriff's office. Annalie had him arrested for disturbing the peace.
Where was Pete during all of this?
Oh, he was here. Mia was upset, went to her room. Pete followed soon after. So they should still be upstairs.
I'll go check on them.
Out for a walk? When your room was empty, I thought I might have lost you again. Wish there was some way I could talk to you, let you know how much you mean to me. You know, I loved you ever since the first time I ever saw you. Even filthy and starving, you were the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I hope you know that I will always keep you safe. When I found out what Joe was planning, I had to stop him. I had to protect you. I had to kill him. You understood me? You understood me.
They're not there.
I don't understand. I'd have noticed if that left.
They probably went out the back way.
I'll go to the stables, see if Mio tried to steal another horse.
I'll check their caravan.
You stay here in case they come back. And Kenji, Pete's a killer. If you see him, you do what you have to make sure he stays put.
Okay.
We fed you. We cared for you. We took you in. And all this time you were lying to us?
I never meant to.
Oh, now you want to talk, huh? Sure, go right ahead. Tell me about how you listened in on all our conversations, how you betrayed our trust. Poor Pete, huh? The lovesick dupe. Oh, I bet you had a really good chuckle about that one, didn't you? Oh, wait, where do you think you're going? We're not finished here.
Leo? Leo?
You owe me! Get back here!
Get your hands off her.
Put it down. Put it down.
It's okay.
You don't understand.
Let her go.
You are under arrest for the murder of your brother.
Nice work.
Took you so long.
Are you all right?
Annalie, you little pick me up for my coffee. What are you doing here?
I want to work, and I like it here. So I asked Annalie, and she agreed to hire me.
Oh, she's brave.
She says she didn't care what people thought.
Are you just working the bar?
I made that clear. No upstairs business for me.
And, what does the doc think about this?
He's gone.
He's gone?
He left town without you?
He said his family has caused enough harm, and he released me from the show, and he gave me my freedom.
So you are staying then?
Yeah. I should probably go. They're customers.
Wait, aren't you, forgetting something there?
Annalie gave me strict instructions. No whiskey until you pay your tab.
Okay, pay the lady.
Not a chance.
I'm happy Mio has her freedom. The question remains,
Where will I go now?
You want to tell him?
Kenji, we think you've got potential.
And if you're interested, we'd like to take you on as a Pinkerton apprentice.
Just an apprentice?
Would you rather be our competition?
I'll do it.
Wait. Next week on the Pinkertons.
If it ain't all there, I know where to find you.
Let's hope that's the last we see of him.
4 nurses? We have no money. Why would anyone blackmail us?
I didn't find the money, but I found this.
Morphine kit.
What kind of a person blackmails her own friends?
The morphine caused him to fall off his horse and freeze.
Sure, so you need to explain the truth. All of it.